Hello everyone, and welcome to our next alternate history episode. We will now be going north for this next one. What if Sweden won the Great Northern War? Our next episode in alternate history with Chris P. So, what if the Swedish Empire won the Great Northern War against the Russian Empire, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, the Kingdom of Saxony, and the Kingdom of Denmark? But how did this occur? The answer is simple yet complex. The Swedes would capture Moscow. Let's just imagine this happens. Now, Sweden would control a third half or so of the Baltic, and the three other main powers on there would be the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, the Kingdom of Prussia, and the Kingdom of Denmark, which would now be forced into an alliance with them. And now, the year is 1710, and the Swedes are the dominant forces in the northern region. Due to Anglo-Swedish relations, the Swedish Empire would join the war in the Spanish Succession on the side of Habsburg Spain, the Holy Roman Empire, Great Britain, Portugal, the Dutch Republic, Prussia, Portugal, and Savoy, in support of Archduke Charles, and in opposition to Bourbon Spain, France, Bavaria, and Cologne. With the majority of the great powers in Europe on one side of the fight, the Swedish and their allies dominated the war and became the next world order. The world would be drastically changed in this period. The age of colonialism is this time period called by our world, but in alternate history it's called Pax Swedenica, or Swedish Peace, instead of Pax Britannica. Sweden would be the nation to host the first conference to discuss colonies in the Americas between different nations, with the largest territory for itself by any means necessary. Sweden and her allies would be the primary group to claim territory after the War of the Spanish Succession, and would force the Spanish and the French to give up their territories. With the New World carved up between the great powers, there was an extremely large gap between major and minor nations. The enemies of Sweden wished to knock the empire back. In its expansion around the globe. And in 1724, the King of Sweden most likely would die roughly around this time, sailing across the Baltic from Sweden, meeting with the King of Prussia. This world would be changed in two primary ways. One, that the modern American state, the U.S., wouldn't exist. It would most likely have come from Sweden instead of Britain, so instead America would be speaking Swedish. And Russia, the modern state, wouldn't have the critical rule of several of its monarchs down the line after such a devastating defeat. So, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. This is Crispy History, out.